Well, hey, my friend. Welcome to Creatives on Fire, the go-to podcast for content creators looking to grow their audience as well as their income. I'm so excited you're here. I'm your host, Melanie Ferguson. Well, hey, my friend. Welcome back to the podcast. This week, I want to talk about what's been going on. Where have I been? It's so funny. You see all these influencers online and they say things like, so many people have been asking me about my eyeshadow. So I thought I would just give up and tell you guys where I got it. And then when I share something, I'm like, listen, no single person even asked me about this, but I'm going to share it with you. That's how I feel about when I took the entire month of June off of social media. Doesn't mean I didn't open any of the apps, but I did not post. I'm talking no reels, no videos, no live videos, no stories, no carousels, nothing. I disappeared. I had to. Have you ever gotten to the point where you just mentally shut down? That's where I was. And I know that it's kind of like the perfect storm because it's summer. And then all of these things with all the algorithms and all the platforms have been changing. And it's just a lot to deal with. And I have to tell you that taking that break was one of the best things I could have ever done. I'm going to link an episode below that actually was an interview with my sweet friend. And she talked about how when she came back, same thing that happened to me, didn't miss a beat. I'm going to tell you, do you know how many people out of the almost 400,000 followers across all platforms reached out while I was missing? One. And it was not my mom, but it felt like it might as well have been because only one follower, a single follower said, "Hey, I haven't seen you online lately, and I just wanted to see if I'm missing anything or how I can, keep in touch." So I don't know, my friend. If you need a break, let this be your permission. It is still smack dab the middle of the summer, and you have permission to take a break. I know. I talk about creating an audience, getting on a platform, showing up, being consistent, doing the thing day in and day out as the only way that you can grow. And I've done it. I have literally done that every single day for even a year straight. But I have done the thing for about 7 years now. I've posted, I've pinned, I've engaged. And you know what? It has totally worked for me, but it also has worked against me. It has worn me down, and I don't want that to happen to you. I really want us to create boundaries in our life. I want us to create systems that are going to be amazing for our business, that are going to keep us in the game, that don't take us out of the game. So the first thing I want us to do is to pick one platform. And I know everybody says that, but I really mean it. Go ahead, knock your socks off, get your handle on all the platforms. But I really want you to take one place and make it your home base. This is where all your this is where all your content is going to start. Now, if you are listening and aren't familiar, maybe you just landed on this podcast on a whim. I wrote a book a few weeks ago. It published, and I've been kind of going through it with you. This is going to be gleaning from chapter 4, that's all about social media, and the bonus chapter that's all about mindset matters. So I know I'm skipping around, but let me talk back about picking one platform. The truth is, you don't have to be everywhere. The truth also is, your people are not everywhere. We started out talking about having an audience, some people that are niche to specifically what it is we want to be able to sell. And the fact is, your people are not everywhere. If my mom is my ideal client, I know for a fact she's only on Facebook. She does not even have an Instagram. She does not have a TikTok. She does not even use YouTube. If my mother-in-law, though, which is a totally different person, totally different personality, is my ideal customer, she's only on Instagram. She does not have a Facebook. She doesn't have a TikTok, and she doesn't have a YouTube. So you've got to know who your audience is and serve them where they're at. So get really still. And instead of reaching and scraping and trying to get everybody into your net, think about who those people are that would be perfect for what you share about and go where they are. You do not have to be everywhere. This is going to do so many things for you. It's going to free you up. It's giving you those boundaries, those parameters within to which to work, within which to excel. And it's going to keep you from being double-minded. You cannot catch two rabbits at one time. You have to focus on one and then master it. Know the ins and outs. When somebody asks you about that platform, you should know exactly how everything works on there. You should be like, oh yeah, this is how you post this. This is what shows up if you do that. This is where you do the little secret trick to make it do this. You should be very well versed in that. And you should have grown that audience to a point where it's paying you a certain amount that you are comfortable with before you even remotely start to do part 2 and part 3 of what I'm about to share with you. Okay, so part 1 was the platform, picking it and going all in. Number 2 is to repurpose that content. So at that point, when you've got the audience and the income to match, you can start to repurpose that content. So by this point, you've at least got a year's worth. I want you to at least have a year's worth of content. Take that and put that on another platform. Tweak it if you need to, whatever has to work for it to excel on the next platform. But repurposing is going to be your friend because I don't want you to have to recreate the wheel. You've already created January through December. If your business is like mine and it's seasonal, you've got Valentine's all the way to New Year's Eve. You've got an entire year's worth of content that you can literally put on another platform, hopefully seamlessly. I've got some tools that I will share in the show notes below so that you can do that a lot easier. And then point 3, besides picking the one and then repurposing, you also need to automate. This is what's going to keep you out of the fire, my friend. It's going to keep you going and your business burning, but not burn you. So here's where I kind of fell apart. I picked a platform. It was Facebook. Then I went over to YouTube. Then I went over to Instagram. I dabbled in TikTok. I put a little bit on Twitter. I have a LinkedIn. Y'all, I have a little bit of everything. And that was the curse. Okay. And the cure was to stop and take a break and really evaluate where I needed to be. Automating is super key for keeping all of this together. And I'm going to link some things below in the show notes, like I said before, for repurposing, but this is going to be for automations that should help you with this. Now, I'm going to read a little excerpt from my book because we talked about how, we're going through the book. And if you haven't gotten your hands on the book yet, you can go to creativesonfirepodcast.com/book to get my new book called Creatives on Fire, 71 Secrets to Making Money Online, as well as all of the bonuses that come with that purchase. So we're going to go back here to the bonus chapter that says Mindset Matters, and I'm going to read this to you. It says, I've been through moments when I wanted to quit. The overwhelm, the slow start, but every time I chose to lean into the discomfort and move forward. Mindset isn't just important, it's everything. In this bonus chapter, we're going to tap into the essential areas of finding peace, establishing healthy routines, managing our energy, and staying focused on our goals. Everything shifting around us, demands coming from all directions, maintaining our mindset and managing our time effectively isn't just a luxury, it's crucial for success and our well-being, and honestly, for everyone around us. Here's how to stay balanced, motivated, and efficient, even when it feels like there's too much on the to-do list. And this bonus secret number one is what I want to share. Finding peace in a busy world. We all have days when it feels like there's too much noise, both outside and inside our own minds. Whether it's constant notifications on social media or the negative loop of the news cycle, this external noise can invade our internal peace. Protecting our peace of mind is essential for managing stress, staying motivated, and focusing on our goals. One of the simplest way to protect your peace is to limit your exposure to negative news and endless social feeds. I stopped watching the news long ago, realizing it was more draining than it was productive. I can get all the scoop that I need off of the internet and not having to watch news stations. Cutting down on my distractions from social media was a huge step towards creating a calm mental space. And I just want you to get really, really good at being able to turn it all off, being able to find your peace. And I have an episode that is ready for you to listen to that I will link below, and it's called 5 Ways to Find Peace in Today's World. And I encourage you to go check that out. So, my friend, I feel you if you've been overwhelmed lately with social media and all of the algorithm changes, people talking about blogging being dead, Pinterest being dead, Instagram not being the way that it used to be. Let this be your permission slip to slip out, to stop letting it ruin your day, ruin your business, ruin your peace of mind. You are building something real. You are a real person. You're not AI. You have a real message to share, a real solution to your people's problems. And I want you to create the real income that you deserve to go along with it. All right, my friend, if this episode resonated with you and brought you any type of inspiration, I would absolutely love if you went over and left a review for me. I will always put that in the show notes, how to leave a review. If you've left a review in the past, I super appreciate you so much. Listen, guess what? You can leave another one. There is nothing that says you can't leave more than one review, and I totally appreciate you for it. All right, my friend, you've got this. And until next time, stay creative.